Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, all we're going to be doing is adding the ability to use world aligned textures on your material, and I'll show you an example here. Right now, I'm only using it on the cliff texture, but if I turn it off, you'll see it changes that, and if we go back and turn it on, you'll see the difference. And basically, the reason behind this is the cliffs are going to be the most stretched as far as anything on your landscape. You'll see. Obviously the ground is pretty flat, but once you start, sculpting out cliffs and have, a lot of this stuff stretching, the landscape mesh, that stretches your UVs, and if you use a world aligned texture, then it just kind of evens things out rather than stretching those textures around. So, yeah, let's hop into it. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to hop in our material instance here, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off our puddles, and I'll go ahead and turn off our snow layer as well. So turn that guy off. That way we can get a good look at our cliffs specifically, and I'm going to speed up our camera here. And we'll get a little bit closer to our cliffs. We're going to add this so you can turn it on every layer, but really, the cliffs are going to benefit the most. So now I'm going to close our instance here, and I'm going to open our material functions. We're going to go and we're going to add this into our landscape layer material function. So we're just going to open this guy up. We're going to make some room over here. I'm just going to pull some of this stuff over. Cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of our name reroutes for our texture objects here. So I'm just going to right click. I'm going to get base color, and then I'm going to get normal, then I'm going to get ORM. Like that. Then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to get world aligned texture. World aligned texture, this guy right here. I'm going to duplicate this down to the bottom. Then we're going to right click, and we're going to look for world aligned normal. The normal takes a different material function, so just be sure to grab this guy. And I'm just going to plug each of these in. This will go into the texture object, this will go into the texture object, and this will go into the texture object. And we'll just clean these up. Then what we're going to do here is we're just going to add another named reroute coming out from the XYZ named reroute. We're going to call this base color WA for world aligned. And we'll align that. And then coming out from the XYZ right here, we're going to get a named reroute. And this is going to be our normal WA for world aligned. And then our XYZ for our ORM, we're going to break 3 components, because this is a packed map, so we're going to do each of these individually. So our R right here, we're going to name reroute. This is going to be our AO WA for ambient occlusion world aligned. And then our G, we're going to get a named reroute. This is going to be our roughness WA for roughness world aligned. Then our B channel, we're going to name reroute. This is going to be our metallic WA for metallic world align. Now we can just align all that. Make some space here, clean it up. Like that. Then we can go ahead and apply and save. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a function input. And this is going to be a scalar. Right now, we're just going to add a constant, so press 1 and click. We're going to make this our, we're going to make this 8192. Just plug this guy into the preview. And we're going to name this function input world aligned tiling. Then we're going to pull out of this guy, and we're going to make float 3. We're going to plug into each the X, Y, and Z right here. And then the result of each of this is going to go into each of the texture size of these world align material functions. So just plug that guy in. Now the next thing we're going to use is we're going to get a static bool. We're going to plug this guy into the use high quality normals. We're just going to plug this guy in, and we're going to leave this on false. And now we're going to add another function input, and we're going to name this use world aligned texture. And we're going to add a static bool for the preview here. We'll leave that value as false for now. Oh, we need to change this to be a function input static bool, and now we'll plug this guy in. And then we'll just add a named reroute at the end of this guy. This is going to be, we're going to name this use world aligned, like that. And now for the inputs, or the priorities of these inputs, I'm going to put this guy at, I believe it was 6, and we'll put this guy at 7. So our world align tiling at 6, and our use world align static bool, put that at 7 for now. You can tweak that later if things get off. I'm not 100% sure on those priorities, but we could check later. So now what we're going to do is we can go ahead and comment this, and we'll just call this world aligned textures. And now we're going to go up here to our base color, and we're going to add a switch. Looking for static switch right here. We're going to right click, and we're going to find our use world aligned, plug this guy into the value. And we're only going to do this on our far UVs. Our near UVs shouldn't really need it, but we'll put it on our far UVs. So for the false of this guy, we'll use our regular far UVs. And for our true, we're going to get our base color WA, base color world align. We'll plug that guy in, and then we'll plug this guy into the lerp of the B right here. And now we're just gonna copy that, pull it down here. We'll make some room on our normal. Just pull this guy back a bit. Cover that guy. And now our false will just go straight into the normal. And our true will get our normal world aligned. We'll plug this guy in, and then we'll plug this guy into the sample right here. Cool. So now we're just going to copy this again, and we're going to paste this 3 times down here. We're going to do it 3 times for this one. So I'll just move these bottom 2 down for now. Pull this guy up. And our false of this first one will come from the R channel. We'll go into there. And then we're going to get our AO, world align, to go into the true. And then this switch will go into the first B right there. And then our second one here, the false, will come from the green channel. And then we'll get our roughness world align, plug this guy into the true. Then this will go into the B of our second lerp right here. I'll just move this guy up. And then the blue channel will go into our last switch right here. And we're going to get our metallic world aligned right here. Plug this guy in the true, and then this guy will go into the B of our third lerp right here. And now we can just kind of clean this up a little bit. Highlight all these, press Shift A, line them all over. Shift A, line them all up, clean it up a little bit there. Then we'll apply and save. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our actual master material, and we need to change some things in here because we're going to have some errors because we changed some things around in here. Now we have empty inputs on our layers here, and now we just need to add parameters for our new input. So I'm just going to go ahead and move some of this over, and we will start at the very top at our base color. I'm just going to pull this guy down, and you'll see we have our looks like depth fade mask is coming in between them, so we may need to, let's see what our depth fade mask right here. We had this guy at 6, so let's actually change this input right here to 7, and then we'll change this one right here to 8, and then we'll go ahead and apply and save. Then we'll go back, and now that fixes our order right here. And our ground normal intensity here, that could stay where it is for now. That's at 4. But we'll just pull this guy down. And now what we're gonna get is our we're gonna get a static bool parameter. We're gonna call this ground A. Use world aligned texture. We'll just pull this guy into place, and we'll put this in our ground A, and we'll put this priority at 5. We'll plug this guy into our borderline texture right there. Now we're gonna get a scalar parameter. We'll duplicate this one right here. This is gonna be our ground A WA tiling, world aligned tiling. And we'll put this priority at 6. And we'll plug this guy into the world aligned tiling right there. And we'll go ahead and set this default to 8192. Like that. And now we're just going to copy this and go down to our next. We'll go ahead and make some more room for our next layer here. So copy these parameters. Duplicate them down here. We'll pull our normal down, pull these guys into place. Now this is going to be our ground B, world aligned tiling, and this will be our ground B, use world aligned texture. And we'll go ahead and plug this into the tiling, plug this one into the static bool, and we'll change the group of these to be ground B, like that, and we'll go ahead and cover this. We go ahead and pull this full group back up as well. And now we'll copy these parameters again, and we'll make some room for our next layer. Come down here, paste the parameters in. We'll just move these guys into place. And now this is going to be our hills world aligned tiling, and this will be our hills use world aligned texture. We'll go ahead and group these into hills, and then we'll plug these in like so. Then we can go ahead and pull this whole group back up into place, and we'll go ahead and make some room for our next one here. Then we'll copy these parameters, paste them down here, and we'll pull our normal down and put these guys into place right here. And now this is going to be our cliffs world aligned tiling, and our cliffs use world aligned texture. And for this guy, I'm going to set this default value to true. Then we're going to go ahead and change these groups here to be cliffs, and then we'll plug them in. So yeah, for this guy, we'll set it to true because this is the only one I'm going to be using the world aligned texture on. You can dabble in your other layers and see if you want it on those, but I'm just going to be doing it on the cliffs. So I'll copy these parameters, go ahead and paste them down here, and we'll move this guy. I'm going to move this guy up into place up here. And we'll put our parameters into place. And this will be our snow world align tiling, and then our snow use world align texture. And I'm going to change this default value back to false for this one. You might want it because snow is going to be on the cliffs, so you may use that there if you want. Just see how it looks for you. And we'll go ahead and plug these guys in. And then we'll change the group here. This will be snow. And this will be snow. Then we'll apply. And save. And now we can go and take a look. And you'll see it, that definitely changed our cliffs. So we'll open up our material instance here. We'll go down to our cliffs. And you'll see we have this use cliffs world align tiling. You can turn that off or on. And yeah, you can decide if you want to use it or not. Like, I think for these cliffs, I think it actually looks pretty good without it, but it is a useful option to have if you don't want the stretching. You can also change the tiling if you want. Maybe tweak the tiling. And yeah, I actually think it looks a little bit better with a smaller tiling here. Whereas on my other landscape, it looked a little bit better with a larger one. And yeah, that's all we're going to be doing for this one. So in the next part, we'll go ahead and make our grass types so that we can get some foliage on our landscape. And yeah, that'll definitely up the landscape a lot, make it look a lot better. But yeah, we'll call it here for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.